Guys, I legit feel like I have abs from walking the Eiffel Tower yesterday. So, you may notice that the apartment is empty. That is because everyone else went to Disneyland Paris today. I didn't really want to go to Disneyland Paris. A, I could do that in the States. B, I wanted to use money like that for something else. So today I was going to meet up with Stephanie, but it turns out she's not getting in until a little later than she was expecting, which, like, say la travel plans. So today I'm going to go on MCat's grand tour of almost all of Paris, which is very catchy, I know. So I'm going to see Notre Dame. No, that's a lie. Back up. By myself, I'm going to go see CHAPELLE. I'm going to go to the Louvre and see Mona Lisa. I'm going to... what else was I going to do? Well, I really want to find a dress. The one I brought with me is getting really ratty, and I'm probably going to leave it here. For those of you who don't know, this 2 weeks we are living out of backpacks. We pretty much bring 3 outfits, so the ones that we wear get pretty boring. Anyway, so I want to buy a new dress. I wanted to buy a new dress for a little bit, and why not buy it in Paris? So I'm gonna look for that. First of all, I'm gonna go for breakfast and get like a muffin or something, and probably coffee, because that is needed right now. Back in the apartment, I did all of the things, literally all of them. I didn't leave the apartment until like, well dang, it was kind of early. It was like 8:30, and then I decided to take my sweet time, and I went and I got food at Paul, which is where we went for breakfast the other day, but I got a muffin instead of a pain au chocolat, because I wanted something different. So I went and I got my breakfast, and then I walked over to the Eiffel Tower, which was just so beautiful because the sun was still rising, and it was just like the day was starting, and I love watching cities wake up. I went to like the right side of the Eiffel Tower, and I found a bench, and there's a little park, and this bench was like literally just, you know, right there, almost directly under the Eiffel Tower. And so I sat there and I ate my breakfast and I drank my coffee directly next to the Eiffel Tower, and I just kind of looked at it, and I just thought about the fact that like I'm here and stuff, and how overwhelming that is. And so yeah, it was just really wonderful. It was beautiful. The weather today is so beautiful. And then what else? Okay, so after that I still took my sweet time going to the Louvre. I walked around the Eiffel Tower like 3 times, and then I went to the end of the bridge that's in front of it and took a couple pictures, and like I just walked around a lot, and so then I headed to the Louvre. I made my way over there, which I didn't get there until like 12. That's how much I was taking my time. I went to the Louvre station, I got to the Louvre. I somehow found, like, I came in the Louvre station, and then on my way in, there was a ticket booth, and I don't know, like, it wasn't a main ticket booth, but it got me a ticket, and it got my priority. It was like as if I had reserved a ticket online, but obviously I hadn't. So I didn't have to wait in the main ticket line for tickets, which was amazing, so I ended up waiting in a line, the priority line, which was only like 30 minutes, because I already had my ticket. So I bought that, and then I got in that line, and okay, here's the thing. I literally went to the Louvre just to see Mona Lisa. I know there is so much more. You could spend a week in the Louvre. It is huge. It is freaking enormous. I only went to see Mona Lisa. I wanted to see Mona Lisa. The museum, as far as like, I'm more of an Impressionist lover. Not that I'm some art expert, but Impressionism happens to be my favorite. And so the museum that we went to yesterday, that Liv and I went to, was Musée d'Orsay, and that had a ton of Van Gogh, a ton of Monet, a ton of Degas, and so that was more collectively, like, I would actually meander through the galleries and admire and stuff, even though we just went to the Impressionist gallery, because that's what we both like the most. And so, if you're going to, like, if it just depends on what you like. Obviously the Louvre has a ton, but I personally only went to see Mona Lisa. And that was a party. So basically, the entire world is at the Louvre to go see this lady's face. And it's insanely crowded. This is a Monday at lunchtime. Okay, granted, lunchtime is probably a busier hour for them, but it's a Monday. I'm like, does anyone have jobs? Anyway, and so there's so many people, and so it's, even like walking in, there's a lot of people, but when you get into that one gallery, there are a million people in front of her, and you kind of just have to wait. It's not a line though, like really they should work on that. Like they could manageably make that a little more fluent if they had like a line to take pictures of her, but they don't. So there's just a clump, and you kind of like go into the clump amidst all of the shoving people who have like just shot chivalry in the face, and then and all the BO and all the shoving. There's just a lot of shoving going on. And so I just kind of stood there and like made my way to the back and then waited for it to morph until I got towards the front enough to take my picture. And so yeah, it was very interesting. I was obviously, I mean, it's Mona Lisa, like, gah. That was incredible to see. It's indescribable in person. I mean, it's amazing, but it's also kind of weird because it's like 5 feet back and there's a pane of glass, so you feel kind of detached at the same time, but however her gaze just like connects and you're like, that is right there, that's a thing. Anyway, after the Louvre and Mona Lisa, I booked it out. Yeah, there was no way I was gonna get to see any more art. It was also too crowded for my liking. I just couldn't do it. So after that, I headed to Sainte-Chapelle. I wasn't really sure if I'd have time to do Sainte-Chapelle, but then I decided to go because I really wanted to see it. And I wasn't aware that it was not free. I was told, I mean, people, you know, I was told that it was free, which wasn't a big deal. I decided since I was already there that I was going to pay for it. It was €8 for students, which was still pretty worth it. Sainte-Chapelle is beautiful. It's a lot smaller than I was thinking it was. I guess I was thinking it was a little more of like a cathedral, but I guess chapelle literally means chapel probably, so it was like a chapel, and but it was beautiful. There's stained glass everywhere. Sainte-Chapelle is beautiful. You should definitely go if you're here. And then I went to, so after that it was about like 1:30, and so I booked it over to Champs-Élysées because I still kind of wanted a dress thing. I went to Champs-Élysées to, did I do anything else before that? Browse the stores without a lot of luck, and then finally I found this thing, which is like a flowy, long tunic thing, which is my life, is tunic things because I'm very tall. And so I bought it. It's not a dress, but it's actually more versatile than a dress, and it's like still, you can dress it up, dress it down. I really like it, so I'm wearing that now. And so then I booked it back to the apartment. Also, I owned the metro today. Stephanie will be so proud of me because it wasn't that I wasn't comfortable with the subway and the metro, like the underground, before. However, I kind of always let other people do the navigating because I am just not, I mean, well, like, okay, I'm not directionally challenged, but if someone else wants to take the lead on that, I will let them gladly. And so obviously I was by myself, and so then it all just kind of clicked, and I, like, as far as all the connections and things, I never missed one. However, when I got one stop away from my stop to come here, I wasn't sure. The train stopped, and it stopped for like a few minutes and no one was getting off, so I was like, okay, and they made an announcement, but I obviously didn't understand it. But I guess they said maybe there was a delay or something, but no one left. And then they made an announcement, everyone got off the train. Still not sure what exactly happened, but basically that train wasn't running, which was so frustrating because I was only one stop away from here. So I ended up going to, I had to do like 3 more train stops until I got here. I had to change another one, even though it was only 1 stop away from here originally. But either way, I made it. I am back. I fixed my eyeliner. I have changed clothes. I feel so much better. My Chaco boot now has a hole in it. I'm gonna change shoes. I'm meeting Stephanie in about like 30 minutes and we're going to Notre Dame, and I'm not saying this is why I'm most excited, but there's a Birdman in Notre Dame, and you know how I am with pigeons, like, come on. And so I get to see Stephanie, and I'm just very excited. Stephanie and her true love water. I found Stephanie.
You did.
I'm so excited.
She wins the prize.
Where'd you find me? Where'd I say I was gonna be next to Notre Dame? I told you guys there was a bird guy.
Yeah, MCat was playing with the birds.
I said I'll be with the birds, and I was with the birds. Where are we going?
We are going up a cable car to hang out in Sacré-Cœur.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We're having fun.
That's Stephanie's mom. Say hi.
Hello. We're gonna be on the interweb.
Interweb. Whoa.